Hello and welcome everyone to our first podcast from Preferred Dentistry. My name is Andrew, and in this podcast, we'll be covering current events in the news and in the marketplace and how it impacts dentistry. So let's just dive right into it. So, like I said, in this podcast, we'll be covering current events in dentistry and some market insights. At Preferred Dentistry, we we hope to focus on the health of your practice for the health of your patients. A little bit about myself. My name is Andrew Lange, like I said. I have two graduate degrees. I attended the University of Utah School of Medicine and received my public health degree. And also at the business school, I earned my master's in healthcare administration. I have over a decade of experience in healthcare and administration and in management. I've done consulting for government programs and critical access hospitals in rural and frontier regions. I've managed large business accounts of $73 million in budget. I've advised them on and brokered on a 10-year, $65 million deal. So that's a little bit of the experience that I have related to dentistry. I've been in the pre-dental coursework at the University of Utah under the guidance of Dr. Joseph Mercy there with his pre-dental course. And so that's a little bit about me, my professional and academic experience. But in the news today, it's late on Friday evening, heading into Saturday, Christmas Eve, 2022. They just passed this humongous $1.7 trillion bill, and that's a lot of money. And so for me, I was really interested in what was the impact that it has related to dentistry. In this bill, big money. So obviously it's a lot of pages. There's over 4,000 pages in there. And even though I had a very focused topic that I wanted to research, dentistry, what I thought would take me an hour, I probably spent over 5.5 hours, and still there's so much more to related to dentistry. But there's a few ideas that came to my mind. I have a screenshot here on the right-hand side. When I went to go find the bill, this was my screen. Download file. Please wait while your file downloads will begin shortly. It was probably over 5 minutes later than I finally got the 4,000-page document. There are so many different offices within the federal government. That's something that I did learn from reading, just briefly browsing over the bill. Also that the federal government is assisting the states. So it's interesting that dynamic and the relationship that the federal and the government and the state governments have with each other. So that was a brief high-level thoughts that I had. But hidden in this bill, there are research funding opportunities. So for any dentists who have a faculty appointment at any university, also for business owners, you are eligible for some of the funding that was passed in this omnibus package. There was an increase in the budgets for the NIH, specifically for the National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research, or the NIDCR. There's a 5.3 increase for this in spending. So that means there's a total of, there's a lot of commas here, $501,231,000 that's eligible for you to possibly sign up for, submit a grant proposal. And then also related to dentistry, I found that for federally qualified health centers, or FQHCs in Alaska, that there is some money set aside for dentists who will treat veterans. Again, you see a lot of commas here from offices that I didn't know about. And perhaps through later episodes, we can discuss what these offices are and why they're so interested in supporting dentists. So over 78 million will be coming from the Office of Resolution Management, Diversity and Inclusion. That's a lot of money. There will be another 6.6 million from the Office of Employment Discrimination Complaint Adjudication, and then another 3.8 million for the Office of Human Resources and Administration. So it's really interesting how much money is being passed through and what the movement looks like. I think in the news, they don't, they report on the 1.7 trillion, but it's hard for us to really know where that money is being allocated to and what are the opportunities that are being provided. So hopefully this information helps you a little bit. Like I said, this is my first podcast, and our commitment to deliver is to provide value to you as a business owner of a private dental practice. And there are four ingredients. And out of every podcast from here on out, I hope to provide at least two of the following four: that you will receive current events and updates in the marketplace impacting dentistry. Two, that we will share best practice for operating your business. Three, we will share experiences learned from your peers within dentistry. And then four, we are going to have a good time together. So that's our first podcast, and hopefully we'll bring to you more content. I also have a surprise for you in the next podcast as we're growing and trying to gain more traction. So hope to see you on the next episode. We'll see you. Peace.